What up, y'all? Shiesty Nell in this joint, and today we will be doing a reaction video to infamous Chicago killer gunned down after serving 10 years in prison. It's from this YouTuber named Funa, and it was posted 9 days ago. It's not too much of a long video, but you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna get into it. Make sure y'all like this video, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe, and we on this video. Let's go. Oh, shoot.
In the past week, a notorious Chicago killer was shot and killed in his own hood after serving 10 years in prison for shooting someone in the face. In the aftermath of his death, all of his enemies and the families of the people he allegedly killed made posts celebrating. Stain, real name Willie Wheeler, was a gang member from Chicago, Illinois. More specifically, he was from the Inglewood neighborhood in Chicago. He had both of his parents in his life growing up. While Stain was a child, his dad got sentenced to 6 years in prison. This temporarily left Stain in the hood without a father figure. Inglewood is a very dangerous neighborhood, so Stain was surrounded by violence growing up, and this molded him. By the age of 13, he already jumped into the street life. He got kicked out of school in the 10th grade for fighting and never went back. He became a member of a set called Wooga World, who reside on the block of 75th and Stewart. Wooga World primarily beefs with a gang called Face World OC.
I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of y'all gang name, none of that. But if I'm assuming this correctly, Wooga probably is one of the dead mans that they named their gang after in like remembrance of them. But if it's not that, what is y'all naming y'all gang? If it is an actual person, then I apologize. But if it's not a dead person that y'all named y'all gang after, what the hell is a Wooga World? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not making fun of y'all gang though. I gotta repeat this 4 or 5 times because niggas don't like to listen with their ears. So I gotta repeat the thing 5 times. But what in the world is a Wooga World? I'm not gonna lie. Y'all can't tell me that sounds like a threatening gang. Now, they probably get busy. But at the end of the day, imagine you on the phone and niggas like, hey bro, them Wooga World niggas gonna get at you. But nah, I ain't gonna lie, they probably get active though, so let me shut up.
7-9, and the two have been in a deadly war with each other for years that's culminated in countless deaths on both sides. Over his years on the streets, Stain built up a fearsome reputation as a killer. When he was locked up, one of his ops mentioned in a song that Wooga World needed him freed because the war was becoming one-sided without him. Stain was so hated by multiple sides for the dirt he did in the streets that infamous Chicago rapper King Von jumped him in jail.
Oh, that's that video I seen? Look at Vaughn getting a couple punches in, getting swung on by that dude, knocked him on the floor. That man Vaughn was really like that. That man Vaughn was like that. Long live King Von, man. That nigga laughing.
His associates have stated in interviews that Stain was a dangerous killer just like King Von.
His name already top tier, like he the Von. For like if you want Von over here, it'll be Stain. But guess what? Von did more capping than anything, a lot of extra social media shit. Stain wasn't doing that social media shit. Stain was just straight street nigga. And rapping, but he was just straight street nigga. So it play out different, you feel me? Like, now if you get out and do all the internet capping, you never know. But guess what? The nigga, the guy.
Alright, so look, what I have to say about that. I done seen hella videos about that nigga King Von. This nigga King Von been drilling since 2012 and started rapping in 2018. This nigga was catching bodies for 6 years, probably longer than that. And then decided to start rapping. I'm not gonna lie. Him and Stain, I don't know about Stain like that. But if you trying to compare Stain to King Von, it makes sense why that nigga Stain got 10 years. And it makes sense why he got clapped the same way as King Von, if that's what you're saying. But still, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Still long live him. Still, you know what I'm saying? Long live Stain, because I actually heard his song fresh off of Murder not too long ago. And I'm like, dang, this nigga hard. And then I end up finding out 2 days later he dead. Every time I listen to a new rapper, they either dead or in jail. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's getting out of hand at this point.
I don't like that.
The first murder that Stain was linked to would kick off a bloody war, leading to numerous deaths and lengthy prison sentences.
The death of Juju Face World.
On May 6, 2014, a member of Face World 079 named Juju, renamed Jajuan Porter, was standing with another man in the 7900 block of South Vincennes Avenue when two gunmen walked up and began shooting. Juju was shot multiple times in the body and pronounced dead on the scene at just 18 years old. The man standing with him was shot in the chest and shoulder, but ultimately survived his injuries. Juju was allegedly killed by members of Wooga World. In particular, Stain was widely rumored to have been one of the gunmen in this incident. This incident ignited the multi-year war between Wooga World and Face World. Over the next few years, both sides would commit multiple retaliatory murders against each other, and Stain would continue to build his reputation as a killer, allegedly killing numerous people before doing the killing that would land him behind bars.
I got a question though. So like, these rappers be having like all these bodies. Apparently, everybody love making these videos about how they killing people and all that. But like, how is that gonna benefit their life? Like, how is hopping in the car with a micro ARP in a Trackhawk that you stole, driving 200 down the block, hopping out the window, letting them 223 shell casings go? How is that gonna make you get $1 million? How is that gonna get you a mansion? How is that gonna get your family out the hood? It's not. It's gonna make some other niggas that doing the same dumb shit you doing back you up. So you doing all this for some niggas? Now, it's one thing you doing it to get back for your cousin that died, you know what I'm saying? You getting your revenge, all that woo. You know what I'm saying? You getting paid back for that. You feel me? Revenge is not right, but I understand revenge. Everybody understands revenge. You feel me? It makes sense. But this is some nonsense. I'm not gonna lie. All these people dead for no reason. Senseless violence ad though.
On August 19, 2015, at about 1:20 p.m., Stain and his friend Devontae Watson saw a man named Dwayne Thomas on a porch in the 4700 block of South Harvard with two friends. Stain and Dwayne got into a verbal argument as other witnesses watched from inside. Stain then pulled out a gun and from point-blank range shot Dwayne twice in the face, once in the chin and once in the cheek. Dwayne's friends turned to run, and Devontae tried to fire a gun at them, but it jammed. Dwayne was rushed to Advocate Christ Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead an hour later at just 20 years old. Devontae was arrested the day after the shooting. He was charged with murder and was held on a $1 million bond. Stain was wanted for this murder but went on the run.
Y'all can't tell me this shit is not retarded. So y'all telling me, I'm gonna cut that part out because YouTube love. Y'all can't tell me this part, this nonsense y'all just heard isn't the dumbest nonsense you could do. So Burnham got caught for, I think they just said murder or 2 murders. It was either 1 or 2 murders they just said. This nigga got caught with a murder charge, right? They gave this nigga $1 million bond. Now, I hope y'all understand, that means he has to pay $100K. These niggas don't got $100K laying around. That nigga he's fried. Like, he's country fried steak. I hope y'all understand that. Like, he's not getting out anytime soon. Anytime soon. Because he wanted to be repping the block and he wanted to be with some niggas and it's not worth it. Get you a job, you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5. Shoot. If you selling weed, sell your weed. But hopping in the car, spinning blocks, letting off 5.56 into buildings, probably killing some innocent people, that's not gonna make you no money. Unless you doing a hitman job, but even that's not gonna help you for too much longer. Cause what goes around comes around. So if I go out and kill 4 people, best believes one of their cousins is gonna probably try to get back at me. That's how this life goes. What goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? It's the circle of life. You kill one man, the other man kills you. That's how it goes.
He would eventually be caught after a few weeks as a fugitive. A couple weeks after the murder, on September 9th, 2015, around 9:30 p.m., officers spotted Stain in a vehicle at a gas station near 76th and State. As officers approached, he sped away, taking them on a high-speed chase, and a man in the back of the vehicle he was in pointed a weapon at the officers. One of the officers fired toward the vehicle, but no one was hit. Stain's vehicle ran through several stops before it crashed into a pole in another vehicle in the 9500 block of South Halstead, where both men got out of the car and ran. Stain was found by a canine unit hiding in a garage about an hour later. Officers recovered a weapon from the vehicle. Stain was charged with murder, 2 attempted murders, and resisting an officer. Stain ended up taking the case to trial because he felt he acted out of self-defense. In an interview, Stain said that he went to defuse the argument Dwayne was in, but Dwayne pulled out a gun, leading to Stain pulling out his own gun and shooting him. Stain hired an expensive lawyer, and the lawyer was able to get him a lenient sentence for the severity of his charges. He spent a long time fighting his case. He was in jail for 7.5 years before being sentenced and sent to prison. His first-degree murder charge was dropped to second degree.
So pretty much they did him like Melly. Because Melly been sitting in jail for like 7-8 years and he haven't got no type of charges yet. He just been going to trial. Like, that's all. They just been getting evidence for the past 10 years when it comes to Melly. But this nigga, he was in jail for 7 years and then they finally was like, no what, we gonna charge him. But Melly, that nigga been in jail for 8 years. They tried to Melly this man. That's literally what they tried to do. They tried to Melly him.
And he beat the attempted murder charges. He was ultimately sentenced to 19.5 years in prison, with only 50% needing to be served. As a result, Stain was released after 9.5 years locked up in 2025. Despite being behind bars for nearly a decade, his enemies didn't forget the things he allegedly did, and they would come after him.
Wheeler, the deceased, according to the doctor, might be possibly 12 to 24 rounds in his body, numerous locations. I got a list of them, but I'll give it to the paper car.
Police have been here for much of the afternoon investigating this shooting, and based on the number of evidence markers we're seeing on the ground, as many as 80 shots were fired here. This shooting happening around early afternoon near 75th and Harvard, apparently right in front of a convenience store. The Chicago Fire Department confirming 3 people were shot. One was pronounced dead on.
See, that's one thing about them stores in the hood. You better off door dashing. You better off going at crack of dawn. Because if you don't go at the crack of dawn, your ass might be caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. Because think about it. You go into the store trying to get you a bag of Takis and a brisk iced tea, right? You see a dread-headed nigga with tattoos. You see his hand in his jacket like this. And you see him about to pay for his stuff. That automatically lets you know right there you need to get the fuck on. You need to leave the store. Because if he's like this and he got a shiesty, he got the neck tats, he's the stereotypical YN. And you see this with your own eyes, and you see him clutching. It's either one, as soon as he done buying whatever he buying, he about to spend. Or 2, he's making sure when he walk out that gas station, he don't get caught lacking. Meaning, by the time you walk out, them niggas probably gonna think you're him. And they not even gonna think about it. They just gonna up and blast. And then they gonna get on Instagram later and be like, oh man, we hitting civilians, man, rest in peace to civilians. Or they some goofies and they think it's cool points for that. Nowadays, niggas think it's cool points to hit people that don't got nothing to do with it. It's really lame for real.
Another victim drove or was driven to a hospital, and a third victim was transported by ambulance. The genders, ages, and conditions of those victims unknown at this hour. As I mentioned, there was clearly a lot of gunfire. It's not just right in front of the store, but up and down the block as well. And at one point, we did see police bringing evidence markers inside the store, so it's unclear if perhaps there was gunfire inside as well. What led to all of this is still being investigated. But
on May 8th, 2026, Stan was in the 300 block of West 75th Street near Harvard Avenue by a store. As he was standing outside, a sedan pulled up and multiple shooters hopped out shooting in his direction. Stan was shot numerous times and taken to St. Bernard Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 31 years old. In the aftermath of his death, his ops have been celebrating, and people close to his alleged victims have been making posts saying their loved one finally has justice. It seems like if you do something in the streets, it will never be forgotten, no matter how much time passes. Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Hey, y'all heard him, like and subscribe. Hey, that was a very, very informative video that lets us know, that let everybody, that if you're watching this video, let me tell you the main point of this video. Don't join the streets. If you born into that junk, then try your best your entire life to get out of that situation. And bring your homies with you so they can see it's more to life than just hopping out of a car with an ARP.